track limits. I know two totally separate things, but I guess starting with the track limits, how do you maximize that time through that section while also not risking it too far where you're hurting yourself and causing yourself a penalty?
Yeah, track limits is, that's I don't love it, man. I don't love it. I wish that they would just put curbs down there or, a wall or something to just where it's black and white and it eliminates that judgment call, because especially through the S's, there is a ton of lap time to be gained there by pushing the issue. And, Reddick was the guy last year who was super aggressive through there and made it work. He never got busted for track limits, and he just pushed the line really aggressively. So, it's going to force all of our hands to do that, and the guy that's going to be the most aggressive is going to be the guy that gets through there the fastest.
Looking back at Bristol last week, obviously maybe there's a little bit too much tire wear, but do you think just curb that a little bit less, and that's kind of like a perfect product for the short tracks?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed about Bristol, and I think everybody is. There were a lot of positives that came out of it, and there were also some negatives that came out of it. And it's, I think that there was a lot of negativity around Daytona and the fuel saving that transpired there. Well, Bristol was the exact same thing. Like, nobody is pushing their car at all, and it was a complete ride-around session for 500 laps. And yeah, I mean, it showed great on TV, but I mean, it was the exact same thing as the Daytona 500. Like, we were all side by side running half throttle at Daytona too.
And then at Phoenix, Bristol, like all four JGR cars are fast. Can you explain the dynamic between the four of you guys and like chemistry and how that may be contributing to how well you guys have done the last 2 weeks?
I think that all of our stuff is just really, our car capability is really good. As the TRD family, all the Toyotas seem to be running really well, and all four of the JGR teams, the driver, crew chief pairing, are working. And whenever it's like that, it's pretty magical, and you can really, as far from a JGR management standpoint, you got four bullets in the chamber, and really any of us could win at least a handful of those races. So, it's cool to see that we're all doing well. But yeah, I mean, our car capability is good, and all four of the teams are working well together.
To that same point, road courses, you can point to all four of you guys as threats to win this race, and obviously Tyler doing what he did last year as well. What can you say about how Toyota's road course program has evolved over the last year and a half specifically?
Yeah, I mean, it was always strong before the next gen car, and then the next gen car really seemed like it kind of separated the manufacturers a little bit and gave each manufacturer strengths and weaknesses. And at the introduction of next gen in 22, our strength was on the bigger tracks, the intermediates, the high speed racetracks, and we struggled a little bit on the short tracks and road courses. And then we've gotten a little bit better with the body update in 23, and this is the first road course in 24, but all signs point to it should be another step increase. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's just, the next gen era is different than what we've had in the past, and JGR's notoriously been good on the road courses through the previous gen car, and I would expect them to get there in the next gen car as well.
What up? It's Brad Perez. Click subscribe and watch one of the 2 videos right beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.